It was a Sunday and he'd gone out to race, and I was on my way out to go shopping in the car, and I got a phone call to say that Simon had had an incident.
It was just a normal race, a circuit race around Outer Harbour, and I was in a breakaway with another cyclist, and we're probably about 200 metres, 300 metres in front of a chasing pack of about 6 or 7 other people, and felt all of my energy draining out of my body basically very quickly, and I had to stop right there and then on the side of the road, put my bike down, but then didn't even have enough energy to sit up, so I had to lay down, and then I suppose I passed out, and the next thing I know I was in the back of the ambulance.
With the first doctor that he saw in emergency, they had to find out what was actually wrong with Simon's heart. They worked out that it wasn't the plumbing of his heart, he had no blockages in his arteries or something, it was the electrical side of the heart. So he was admitted under the care of Richard Hillock. The
impact of a diagnosis for an individual is not just for that individual. It's really important that we consider what happens in a more broad family group, but also their friends and family who will be providing them support. We knew that there was something seriously wrong for him to have had a cardiac arrest. So I think that is what impacted on me the most, was the fact that you know, I found out that he'd actually died at the scene and been revived. During the hospital stays, Simon was in hospital for about 5 days, and during those days tests like coronary angiograms, echocardiograms, electrical tests, an MRI, and finally implanting a defibrillator were all taken within that short time frame. Obviously it's a very difficult time for Simon, but equally Simon's wife Nadine was at home with the young children, and it was important that we meet with Simon and Nadine to go through what was happening so that she understood what was happening and so that she could reassure the children.
You know, as an amateur athlete, all I wanted to do was get on the bike, and Richard, as a cyclist himself, was very aware of what was going through my mind, and tailored, I suppose between the two of us, we tailored a rehabilitation program to the point where, in a very, very closely monitored situation or environment, he got me back into cycling and then back into racing, which was very important for me. So that's the impact on my life now. Is I've got a defibrillator, and on top of my defibrillator I have to take medication, and I don't want to take medication, but I realise that I have to do it, not just for my sake, but for my family's sake as well. So I can be selfish and say, well, I don't want to do it, but I've got to think about my family. You know, Nadine, my wife, will tell you that the care that we received is a massive contributor to getting back on with life, if you like.